Okay, we're now on page Excel 391. We're going to add some database functions in there to calculate some averages based on criteria and some counts and some totals. So what I want you to do is go ahead and scroll over to the right. Let's go over to where we can see the O and scroll up to the top. And here in the cell O1, let's type in the word criteria. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and click here on L1. Format painter and format that. Let's unmerge that and scroll one more over, and what we're going to do is select O1 through Q1, right click on that, go to format cells and select center across selection and OK. And then what we want to do next is we're going to go ahead and type in our values here. We're going to type gender again, and you'll see why. And then type age. I believe age, right? Is that what it says? No, grade. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. Type in grade. Let's click here on L2, format the painter again, and we'll format those. What I want you to put in here, for gender, put an F, and then tab over, M, and then grade A. So this is our criteria area. The next thing we're going to do here is in cell, what's that, 04, we're going to type in average female age, 05 average male age, and 06 we're going to type grade count A. And then the book has you put in equal signs and an arrow. I don't care if you do that or not. I'm just going to pause it and put that in there. And actually, before I do that, just to get a head start on page 393, I'm going to put in a few more labels, and you'll see those when we get there. Okay, you can see I have these labels. We'll get to those. But now we're going to get into our database functions. Let's scroll over. We're going to go to our cell R4, and we're going to add the Daverage function. So type equals Daverage, and I'll walk you through this. Daverage, the first thing we want to do is declare where our table is. A8 through J21, that's the table we're using. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in quotes the word age. That says what value, what column heading we're going to be using to get our average. The next thing is our criteria, which is O2, O3. So the criteria is where the value in the gender column here is female. Give us the average age in this table. Close that off and hit enter, and there's our average female age. We can do the same thing for the men. Daverage, table is A8 through J21. The average value we're getting is age. If you don't type this in exactly right, the age thing there, it won't calculate it for you. And this time we're going to put in P2, I'm hitting wrong buttons. P2 through P3, because we're using the male. Hit enter. There's our average. The last thing we're going to do here on this is do a Dcount. What we're going to do is we're going to count the number of people who have a grade A. So hit equals Dcount. And then again, we're going to select our table, A8 through J21. Here we're going to put in age. I don't think it really matters what you put in. I would put in age too, because we're just going to get a count. We're going to get a count where there's anything in there. And our criteria in this case is going to be Q2 through Q3. It's going to be the grade A. Hit enter. It gives us our count of those people. Okay, and now we're going to enter the Sumif and COUNTIF functions. Equals Sumif. We're going to say J9 through J21. We're going to sum up, or our range is going to be the grade. Alright, we're going to say everyone who has an A in that column, we want to add up the values in H9 through H21, which is the year-to-date cells. So add up all the year-to-date cells for people who have a value of A in the grade table. That's what the first column says. What column, or the first value here says what column are we looking for. The second value says what value are we looking for in that column, and the third value in our Sumif says what are we going to be adding to our total in that column. So I hit enter, and that fills in the value there. I don't have quite enough time to squeeze in the last function, so there'll be a really small lesson here at the very end.